Hail to the Redskins. What's going on, Internet? This is JD coming at you with Redskins Rant. Basically, my review of the Eagles game. I technically already did a video, but people jawing all week about Kirk Cousins, so I got... And the funny thing is, and this is why I'm doing the video again, someone decided to post a... It's a diagram of like every quarterback situation and trying to justify that that's why Kirk Cousins is great. I'm like, dude, you just made my argument. He's number one in quarterback situations. He has a top 10 offensive line. He has a top 10 offensive line. He has a top 10. He's like number 5 or something in receiving weapons. He's number 1 in scheme. I mean, you just made my argument for me, so it's great. But anyway, my name is JD, and this is Redskins Rant. This is the review of the Eagle game. I'm going to review Kirk, the Eagles game, give credit, give blame, whatever the case may be. Okay. We did not play it very well. We did not play well at all. I said this before the game, so I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm not just saying like it's confirmation bias or anything like that. I said before the game, because our defense is banged up, because of how injured and how banged up our defense is, this has to be a game where we step in and Kirk Cousins steps in and he takes over the game. And he puts up a 30 to 35 point monster to give so our defense can have a little bit of breathing room because they're injured. Okay? Of the two squads we have, of the offense and defensive squad, the offense is the most healthy by far. Okay? By far, it's not even close. It's a mile. They're miles apart. And the defense is missing 8 players. So everyone wants to be like, oh, the defense sucks. The defense is gonna suck. They're missing half their players, and the other team has their entire offense. What do you expect? It's stupidity to think that the team who is the most healthy is not the one responsible for winning, considering they have the most probability of doing their job the best. I don't get that. People are just fucking retarded. Anyway, I'm going to go over and blame. The first thing I'm going to blame is I'm going to give 30% blame to Kirk Cousins. Okay? Now everyone's going to sit there and be like, oh my God, why are you blaming Kirk Cousins? Well, Kirk Cousins was 30 of 40 for 303 yards. Congratulations, Kurt. You did enough stats-wise that people can justify how great you are. Good job. Now, for those of you who actually watched the game, you'll probably know these plays I'm about to point out. There's times in this game where Kirk will make a bad decision. He'll make a horrible decision. And on that decision, he costs us a drive. Or he stalls a drive, and we end up punting. The thing is what's crazy in this game is we actually didn't do bad at time of possession. We hung on the ball a lot. We just didn't move the ball very well. We didn't score as much as we needed to. And I'm going to say this. I know everyone, what everyone likes to do. This is what everyone likes to do. Everyone likes to say, this is the same thing with the LeBron James argument that I hear all the time. I'm not a LeBron James fan. But everyone likes to take LeBron James, and to make LeBron James better, they do one of two things. They denigrate Michael Jordan's accomplishments, as in his 6 titles, and say, oh, he beat nobody, and say, oh, LeBron James's titles were a lot harder to get, or they denigrate the talent around him. Like, oh, LeBron James had no help last year. He had no help 2 years ago. Whatever the case may be. People do the same thing with Kirk Cousins. To make Kirk Cousins look a lot better, they say, oh, Kirk Cousins doesn't have a great offensive line. Well, our offensive line I don't think is that great either, but they've done a great job protecting him this year. Okay, they're not great at running the ball. I just don't think our team's good at running. I don't think we have a good running back, period. Other than maybe Chris Thompson and Mac Brown, but Mac Brown doesn't play. So, I mean, our offensive line sucks, so that's why Kirk Cousins doesn't do as good. No, Kirk Cousins has plenty of time to throw the football. He only gets sacked. He's been sacked less than 10 times his entire year. Okay, so it's definitely... You drop back 40 times and you're sacked 4 of them, and you get a chance to throw the ball 36 times. That's not blocking. That's not pass blocking. Okay, so it's not the offensive line. So then the next one is like, oh, our receivers suck. Okay, Terrell Pryor hasn't played great, but he only got targeted 3 times in this game. He dropped 1, and the very next play he made up for that drop. So it's not so much that our receiving weapons are bad. I don't think Kirk Cousins is reading the defense properly. Okay, how much is Jamison Crowder? Are you going to tell me Jamison Crowder sucks? He was great last year. Why has Jamison Crowder not got the ball much this year? Anyone going to answer that for me? Why is Ryan Grant spontaneous when he gets the ball? Why does Vernon Davis get like 1 pass in the first half, like 60 yards? He's never thrown the ball again. Why has Jordan Reed just now got his first touchdown pass this year? So there's all these reasons that people want to give as classifiers, or I call it confirmation bias, as the reason why Kirk's not doing good is because these guys aren't doing good. No, it's the other way around. Kirk is the quarterback. So Kirk has to throw the ball to them. Okay, I get that Terrell Pryor's dropped some passes and Josh Dobson dropped the pass. And I've already have a video about that. So Josh Dobson dropped a big pass, and I've already ripped his ass for that one. Now we're talking about Kirk Cousins. I'm going to go over play by play of what Kirk Cousins does. And I wish I had a video to reference this, but in NFL.com, they post on YouTube all the time. And when the cool thing about it is they actually let you see every play, every big play in the game. What they won't show you is when Kirk Cousins shows up. And NFL won't let me post a video proving this. I have the video on my computer. I just can't post a video about it. So I have no way to back this up other than people actually having the knowledge of football or actually watching the game as I'm discussing it. One of our first drive, it was 2nd and 7, and we're in the red zone. We're pretty much in the red zone. 2nd and 7, and Kirk decides to throw the ball out of bounds, 5 yards out of bounds. Complete miss of Josh Dobson. Whether he was open or not, I don't know, but I know that Grant was open on a slant across the middle. Why not throw it there, Kirk? First down. Would have been at least maybe 2 yards short of the first down, but would have been close to a first down. But instead, you throw the ball 5 yards out of bounds. Okay? So this is what I'm referring to when I'm talking about decision making. He doesn't make the greatest decisions. Okay? He tries to go for the home run ball way too much. I think he's late. I personally think he's a lazy quarterback. And when I say lazy, I don't mean he doesn't work hard. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is lazy is he tries to take the cheap out. Let's get the cheap yards quick. That way I don't have to keep reading the defense. That's basically what it feels like to me. Here and he doesn't make smart decisions. Right there was a bad decision to throw the ball 5 yards out of bounds on like a 10-yard out route in the end zone. He threw the ball 5 yards out of bounds. The guy had no chance of catching it. Meanwhile, you had I'm pretty confident it was Grant. Grant was like a 5-yard slant right across the middle, wide open. Once he cleared the linebacker, he was wide open. Kirk didn't look that way. Never looked that way. Okay, so if he threw that, we probably had a first down or at least like a 3rd and 1. But it's in a better situation. Very next play, Kirk throws the ball 3 yards short of a first down. Guy gets tackled. We got to go for a field goal. Jamison Crowder's on an out route. Should have never thrown it to him. Take another shot at the end zone. Seriously, you already wasted one play. Might as well waste another one. Why throw the ball? It's because of his completion percentage. That's why. And so, right there, we missed the chance to get a touchdown. Very next possession, our team gets a turnover. Okay? Our team gets a turnover. In the very next possession, we get a first down. We get one first down. We throw the ball. I think it might have been Vernon Davis. He caught it and turned upfield and got a first down. The very next ensuing series of downs, we run the ball for 3 yards. It's 2nd and 7. The next play, and I've watched this like a dozen times. I still don't know who the hell he was throwing to. He throws the ball to the right side, and he overthrows whoever it is. He misses him by a mile. It's 10 yards from the closest guy. It's 10 yards from the closest guy. Meanwhile, he had a guy on the slant route wide open. Why don't take that? Why don't you take that, Kurt? One thing that our drives have in common, except for 2, this entire year, all of our scoring drives except for 2, because 2 of them were long bombs that were caught for touchdowns. All of our scoring drives this year have one thing in common. Okay, they have 2 things in common. One thing in common when it comes to Kirk Cousins. He throws quick, short passes and moves the ball down the field meticulously. Okay, he doesn't go for the home run ball, and we don't get bulk yards and then do that. No. Why? Okay, Vernon Davis is averaging 20 yards a catch. Why is that? Because he catches the ball like a 10-yard run or pass, and he runs from the 50. Okay? That's what we have. We have athletes that can do that. Grant can do that. Crowder can do that. Vernon Davis can obviously do that. Jordan Reed, not so much, but he's still a possession tight end. I don't think he's 100% healthy, so that's my issue with that. Josh Dobson can do that. Chris Thompson can definitely freaking do it. Okay? And that's what I've been preaching all season, that we need to do offensively until Kirk learns how to throw a deep ball. I still don't think he knows how to throw a deep ball. He can't. I'll go ahead and give that stat right now. He's 4 of 19 for balls over 20 yards. As in the ball travels 20 yards downfield. 4 of 19. That's 21% completion percentage on deep balls. That's what he's doing right now. Okay? So I'm going to circle back to the game. So that possession, he throws the ball, and then we had a wide open slant route. I don't know why he didn't hit it. Overthrow someone by 10 yards. Okay, that's not horrible. Okay, it's not horrible. You took a chance and you missed. You missed horribly. But the problem is next play gets sacked because he doesn't get rid of the ball quick enough. Could have had a first down, and then we don't have to worry about that sack. But now we don't capitalize on our defense's turnover. Okay, we force a turnover defensively, and then we have to punt the ball to them. And then the very next possession, the very next possession, I think we actually scored a touchdown. No, we didn't. We did not score a touchdown. I apologize. We did not score a touchdown on that. So we just have consistently stalled drives. Okay. The next possession that I'm going to refer to is actually in the second quarter after we scored a touchdown. Okay. We scored a touchdown, and the Eagles scored and answered back. Okay, so we get the ball. We get the ball. We run the ball for like, I think we ran the ball for we passed the ball for a good 7 yards, and the person ran another 2. So we got, it's 2nd and 1. So 2nd and 1, we run the ball and get stuffed. So it's 3rd and 1. Now this is what irks me. We just saw them get either a first down or touchdown, I don't remember which, or a field goal or touchdown on this possession, and they run a rubber out inside, and they get their guy open and get a first down and move the chains. Why didn't we do that? First off, we need to run something like that, but instead we run the reverse of that. Instead of running a rubber out inside, we ran a rubber out outside, and it's a yard short of the first down, and Kirk throws it. However, if Kirk reads the fucking defense, both guys bid on that. All the defenders bid on that, and Josh Dobson's streaking down the field wide open. He just needs to fake that and pump it and throw it right to Josh Dobson. We get a freaking at least a first down out of it. I don't know if we get a touchdown. At least we get a first down out of it. But Kirk doesn't see that, and his fans don't see that. They don't see his decision making. Was that a bad decision? Wasn't a worse decision, but you're throwing it and you're relying on the fact that your receiver has to catch it and then run with the ball to get a first down. Instead, you need to throw it past the first down marker to ensure that it does. And the only thing that doesn't do that is if he doesn't catch the ball. And then it's not on them, Kirk. That's what you don't understand. You need to take the chance and then put the onus on them. If you throw the ball for a first down and it hits them in the hands, they drop it, we're not going to say anything to you. We're going to say anything about them. But instead, you make a lot of decisions, Kirk, and you make decisions that are not the best decisions. They're the safer decisions, whatever you want to call it, and higher completion percentage, and you end up coming off the field, and we give the ball back to the other team. There's so many of these. There's so many overthrows. There's so many just bad throws, overthrows on deep balls. There's overthrows on crossing routes. There's so many of these. There's so many of these I could break down. In the third quarter, I know one off the top of my head. It's 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. Jamison Crowder's crossing on a crossing route. Wide open. Kirk Cousins overthrows him by at least 5 yards. Come on, just seriously. I'm going to ask this, and it's a rhetorical question, but I know everyone knows the answer. Have you ever walked into a game saying, okay, we got Kirk Cousins, we got this? No, you have not. If you do, you're either a liar, you're lying about it just because you're a Kirk Cousins fan, or you're delusional, and you don't know football. Because nothing about Kirk Cousins says this is a consistent quarterback who can consistently get us wins. He doesn't consistently get us wins. He has a losing record as a starting quarterback, first off. Second, he's never won on Monday Night Football. He's 0-6 on Monday Night Football. Okay? He's seriously 0-6 on Monday Night Football. You don't believe me? Go look it up. His record as a starter is, I believe it's 22-24-1. Because if he'd have won this week, he'd have knotted it up with even amount of wins, but even amount of losses. But now he's further in that hole. He needs to make better decisions. Okay? He seriously needs to make better decisions. He doesn't always make the best decision with the football. And everyone looks at the numbers and they fucking jerk off to it. They jerk off to it and say, oh, 30 for 40, look at that completion percentage. It doesn't freaking matter what his completion percentage is. His completion percentage is irrelevant. His yardage is irrelevant. You have to watch the game and read between the lines. There are times when Kirk has a chance for a touchdown or has a chance for a first down or just to get the ball out and get a completion and set up a good third down or second or whatever, and he'll take a shot deep and just waste a possession. He does it. He did it the entire first Eagles game. Okay? He does it all the time. Okay? And that's where my issue comes with Kirk Cousins. He doesn't understand his own talent, and the talent around him. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and just read off this chart this guy sent me. Okay? I'm going to go and read all this chart. This guy tried to argue that Kirk Cousins is a top receiver in the NFL. Or top quarterback in the NFL. What he sent me was a QB situation ranking, where he ranks every aspect of what's around the quarterback. Pass blocking. Kirk Cousins has the 9th best pass blocking team. Okay? Plays made, as in like the receivers around him. 6th best receiving core weapons around him. 6th best. Scheme. He has the number 1 scheme in the NFL. Okay? I don't know what chains means. It's 13th in chains, whatever that means. But I just laughed whenever they're like, this guy sent this. I'm like, you're just proving my point. He's got loaded talent around him. Okay? He's got loaded. Everyone's like, oh, it's Kirk Cousins or bust. I'm like, no, it's not, because Kirk Cousins has to throw the people, have to catch the football. So that's what I'm saying about Kirk Cousins. It's ridiculous how Kirk Cousins fans, they push their opinion, and then they double talk themselves into a hole. I'm literally chatting with one right now, and he after I called him out, all he can do is say, I can't believe you're throwing shade on our quarterback. I'm like, I can throw shade on whoever I want. First off, everyone wants to throw shade on RG3. Okay? So that's fine. That's fine. Everyone did. And everyone had a right to, because he screwed up a lot. He screwed up a good bit. But my issue with that is Kirk Cousins is given excuses by everyone. Everyone. I'm not saying the guy needs to be kicked out or anything like that. He's a good quarterback. But he makes bad decisions. And he does just enough to where people are like, pay the man. But no, he could do better. That's my point. He could be better than what he is. I expect better. If he read the defense the way he's supposed to read a defense, on a more consistent basis, we would be undefeated right now, by far. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say. We would be a much better defense overall, and a much better team, not defense, much better team overall, if he would learn to read a freaking defense. He doesn't. He stares down his guys. He doesn't go through his progressions all the time. Sometimes he does. Sometimes when he does, it's great, because then we manipulate the ball down the field and we get a touchdown. But a lot of times he doesn't. Okay, I'm going to get off the Kirk Cousins conversation. Another stat I just want to throw out there. Anytime that Kirk Cousins throws anything less than 25 yards or 20 yards, he's averaging like a completion percentage. I think it's 73%. Any pass under 20 yards is 73% completion percentage. Okay? So, just throw that out there. The next thing I want to go over is our defense gets 30% of the blame as well. They probably could get more. They probably could get more if they wanted to. If they really wanted to do better. The problem with the defense right now is the defense is suffering from so many injuries. I mean, how can anyone blame our defense? We are missing our one of the best corners in the league, but our best corner, by far, our best corner. Okay? Our best corner, we have a defensive lineman out. We have a linebacker out. We have other guys in our secondary that are just banged up or injured. Okay, and we have not non-starters. We have like 4 other non-starters that are injured or out or whatever, banged up, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and how are people going to blame them for the loss when they're losing half their squad? That's like playing. It's like playing 8 on 11 for God's sakes, or 7 on 11. There's 4 starters out. Okay, like seriously, how is everyone going to blame the defense when the defense is injured? The offense is full strength right now, full strength, all their weapons. Even they got their starting running back, and we're going to blame the defense, who is injured. There's some things the defense could have done better. Don't get me wrong. There's one they had a sack opportunity where they just let him squeeze out, and I would have saved us a touchdown. We got the ball back right after that play. So that's part of it. So, I mean, there's a lot of things the defense could do better. Our run defense is fine. The only reason our run defense gave up 100 yards because Carson Wentz scrambled. Other than that, we held LeGarrette Blount to like 20 yards. We held the other running back to like 20 yards. So we did a really good job at stopping the run game. The downside is we didn't do a good job of containing the quarterback, which if you've watched my videos, that's been my MO all year. Tight ends and athletic tight ends and athletic or mobile quarterbacks are going to kill us. We do not do a good job of containing quarterbacks. I mean, to be fair, no one does a good job of containing Kirk Cousins either. So I'm not going to talk too much about the defense. The defense, I just think if you're going to be giving up things, go for broke. Do a little bit more blitzing. Be a little bit more aggressive. It's not the defense's fault, in my opinion. They get 30% of the blame only because of the amount of points given up. Because they do. I mean, you can't just not say anything about that. Okay, they do give up points, but it's not nearly as high a blame as people want to. People want to give them like 90% of the blame. I'm like, no. That's the best. That's the best. Number 1 team in the NFL right now is the Eagles. Okay. They are 6-1 for a reason. They are a good team. They dang near beat the Chiefs, and just like we did, okay. And we are at full strength. They're full strength. They got most of their team is intact. We're not, okay. And Carson Wentz right now is probably looking like an MVP candidate. Okay, so number one, the person who gets the most blame for why the Redskins like pretty much haven't been able to get done lately is Jay Gruden. First off, Jay Gruden, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. You need to be a little bit more aggressive. We have a 4th and 1, and you've not gone for it once this year. Probably because you run the ball in 4th and 1. I do not get running the ball in 4th and 1. Run a rollout, run a play action, run something. Throw the ball because you can always have the option to still run because Kirk can scramble and run for the first down. Okay, you always have that option. It's like last week against the 49ers. They had 10 in the box. 10 in the box. And rather than audible out of it, we ran right into it. Just sheer numbers alone, you're not going to win that battle. They have 10 in the box. You have the quarterback handing the ball off. You have the running back running the ball. And you have the receiver who's split out the far end, not in there. And so it's 10 on like 9. Or 8. I'm sorry, 8. You're not going to win that battle. Okay? So that's the first thing. Second, you need to look at your stats of your team and understand analytically what your team is good at. Okay? The Redskins are, in the last 22 games where they've run the ball 25 times or more, they are 19-2-1. 19-2-1. Okay? When we beat all 3 of our wins this year, we had 25 or more rushing attempts. What do you know? All 3 of our losses this year, guess what? Didn't have 25 rushing attempts. We had 1 in 1 game. Okay? We had more than 25 attempts in 1 game. That's the Chiefs game. However, they were not designed runs. Like 5 of the runs by Kirk were not designed. And we only had like 22 runs in that game. 5 of those were not designed runs. Okay? This game, we only had like 17 runs, 18 runs. I think it was 18. Didn't run the ball at all. Okay, so I'm not really that concerned. I don't think the running game is as effective in the NFL as it should be. I think a short passing game is the same thing. In my personal opinion, it is. I mean, again, running game is something that needs to happen, and whenever we have a running game, we're successful. But I think a short passing game is the equivalent of a running game as well. And I think that's what we're good at, and that's what Jay Gruden doesn't understand. I don't know if I really would love to be a fly on the wall in their locker room. Is a lot of these things Kirk's decisions to do things, or is it Kirk's decision to do certain things, or is it actually how to word this? Is it actually the read? Okay, for example, the one pass where Kirk overthrew it to a guy. Is that because Jay Gruden's like, throw it to this guy come hell or high water, and Kirk just does what he's told? Or does he have the option for all these plays and Kirk reads it? That's what I'm curious about. That's like when Kirk throws the ball deep and overthrows by 10 yards. Is that because it's the read and that's what the play is designed to do, is to go to the deep guy? Or is he just doing that because he just wants to get more bang for his buck and take the easier way out and not read the defense? That is my question. That is my honest to God question. I'd love to know that. To me, what it seems like is I think it's Kirk Cousins, because we have a lot of options where guys are open, and we're not throwing to the open guy. We're throwing to the guy that Kirk is like. It's the bigger risk. What's the point of taking a risk? Why risk that? If you got a guy wide open on a 5-yard slant, I'll give you an example. The very first game of the season, the first play from scrimmage, we ran a streak to Terrell Pryor, and Kirk overthrew it by 10 yards. He overthrew it by 10 yards. He wasn't even close. Okay? But on that play, we had 3 people open. You had Rob Kelly out of the backfield going to his left. You had a tight end on the backfield going to his right. All you do is get the ball to Rob Kelly. He's running for 7 yards at least. Okay? This is one example where he has guys open. And he just doesn't throw it to him. He wants to make the riskier one first. So, I don't know if I really would like to know if it's Jay Gruden just wants to take those shots deep, or if it has more to do with the fact that it's Kirk Cousins making a bad read. I'm not sure. I can't definitively say that. My eyes tell me it's Kirk. Whenever you hike the ball and you're not going through your progressions, that's you not trying to read the defense. That's you literally watching one receiver or watching one guy, so to speak. That's what it looks like to me. Now, I'm going to tell everyone, if you're going to critique me, in my opinion, and no one wants to do this because everyone has an opinion. They think their opinion. It's a world where everyone's opinion matters. If you really want to critique my opinion, go watch a game film, look at the things I'm talking about, and then come back and talk to me and say, I see what you're saying, but I just disagree with that. That's one thing. But it's another thing that as soon as you watch this video, just get like a bunch of rage and then comment a freaking book, and you're not debating, you're not actually retorting with me about my opinion, about the stats or whatever. You're just sitting there just speaking on emotion. I mean, I'm emotional too, but I actually have stats to back up what I'm saying. I think this week, this is a do or die week. If we don't win this, we're not going to get in the playoffs. We're not. I think we are significantly better than the Cowboys. We have a better defense if we're healthy. We have a much better offense for the most part. The only chance I see, I don't think we're going to win the division. The only chance we have to win the division is if the Eagles lose the rest of their divisional games and we win the rest of ours. That's the only way we have to win the division. And we have to have a better record than them at the end of all of it. So, this is a must-win. We have to beat Dallas. First off, we should want to beat them really badly because they're our rivals. That's the first thing. But I think we're a better team. I think we can stop the run. I think we can stop Ezekiel Elliott. And that puts a lot of onus on Dak Prescott. I mean, their offense is tough to beat. Our defense needs to play like we played against the Raiders. If our defense can step up and do that, it's going to be hard to do because there's a lot of injuries. But we need to step up and do that. But that's my video. If you guys, I like doing these videos, but what I don't like is I don't mind people commenting. I have no issue with that. If you have a different opinion than me, that's fine. But make sure your opinion's backed in fact and not just backed in emotion. Okay, that's why I make these videos. I actually go look up the stats, take the time and do it, and then I come back here and I actually tell you the stats. Okay, so if I'm going to do that much work to tell you, you should do a little bit more work to counter me. That's all I'm trying to say. Love the Redskins. I don't hate Kirk Cousins. I'm holding him accountable. I think he needs to be doing more. I think he can be better than what he's being. That's my issue. I think he can be better than what he is. And that's why I think he's a problem, because he is a better quarterback and a better player than what is being shown, than what he does. Okay? I think he's a lot better. I think he can do more with the weapons he has around him. That's my opinion on that. Okay? If you don't agree with my opinion, that's fine. I respect your opinion as long as it's rooted in some semblance of fact. Don't sit there and tell me that the problem with the team is our receiving core. We only have one receiver we really have a problem with, and that's Terrell Pryor. Everyone will want to sit there and say, our receiving core sucks. Okay, Kirk Cousins as a quarterback has to find guys. And I can go to any video, any game. We'll put the game film in. You can come over to my house. We'll sit on, we'll watch popcorn, and I'll point to you where he misses players all the time. Where he misses them. And he throws a bad pass. So is that the receiver's fault whenever he throws a bad pass, or is that Kirk Cousins' fault? It's Kirk Cousins' fault. That's an obvious deduction, okay? So I don't see where the argument comes in here. I get the argument where most people just like him so much, and they think that if you don't like Kirk Cousins, you're not a true Redskin fan. No, I liked RG3. I loved RG3, and I'm a true Redskin fan. I've been a Redskin fan my whole life. First off, okay, I'm quarter Native American for God's sakes. Okay, I still have a Sean Taylor jersey. That's the only jersey I ever wear is a Sean Taylor jersey. Okay, so don't question my Redskins fanhood. Okay, a couple years ago when we had RG3, people set the standard of what we're supposed to gauge a franchise quarterback. RG3 was a franchise quarterback, and everything he did, we put on a microscope. Even things he did good, we put on a microscope and analyzed it. Kirk Cousins is no different, and a lot of people want to make excuses for him. And the reason why I believe people want to make excuses for him is because they think that if we criticize him too much, he'll leave. If that's how much resolve he has, or that's how weak his constitution is, let him leave. That's my opinion. Let him fucking leave. He's not the guy we want as a quarterback anyway. So that's my video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Hail to the Redskins. Like, share. You can follow me on Redskins Ranter. If you do, you'll during the games I post stuff the entire time. If you saw it, I post stuff the entire time. Oh God, the 49er game, I had an anxiety attack doing that. Jesus. Anyway, my name's JD. That's my video. Thanks for watching. Hail to the Redskins. See ya.